I rise to recognize March 21st as the International Day for the Elimination of Racial Discrimination. Every year, we observe this day, marking the very day when police in Sharpeville, South Africa, opened fire and killed 69 people at the peaceful demonstration against apartheid in 1960. In 1969, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a program of activities to be undertaken during the second half of the decade for action to combat racism and racial discrimination. On that occasion, the General Assembly decided that a week of solidarity with the people struggling against racism and racial discrimination beginning on March 21st would be recognized annually in all nations. 75 years ago, for the first time, the international community agreed on a set of common values and acknowledged that rights are inherent in every single human being and not granted by governments or states. These rights are enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, a blueprint for international human rights norms. In 2023, the theme of the International Day focuses on the urgency of combating racism and racial discrimination, 75 years after the adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. This declaration states that everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms without distinction of any kind, such as race and color, among others. However, racism and racial discrimination continue to affect people all over the world. The United Nations General Assembly reiterates that all human beings are born free, equal in their dignity, rights, and have the potential to contribute constructively to the development and well-being of their societies. In its most recent resolution, the UN General Assembly also emphasized that any doctrine of racial superiority is scientifically false, morally condemnable, socially unjust, dangerous, and must be rejected every single time. Importantly, the UN's intention is to call out the most racist of theories that attempt to determine the existence of separate human races. It is tragic. We in 2023 must still call these things out. This is why this day is important. So we will continue to raise our voices and be heard. We must continue to proclaim that racism is a public health crisis in California, in this nation, and around the world. The United Nations has been concerned with this issue since its foundation, and the prohibition of racial discrimination is enshrined in all core international human rights instruments. And with the FBI declaring violent white supremacy as the #1 domestic security threat, California must lead the U.S. in completing this work. Thank you, Madam Speaker.